to American Express at the half.
We got a busy night on Peacock. 3 games, the nightcap featuring the Pistons without some of their stars. But Dennis Jenkins has stepped up. Going to need to reach another level tonight against the team with the best record in the NBA. Chet Holmgren and the Thunder trying to inch closer to locking up the top seed in the West. Game you can trust, presented by American Express. Here are the best records in the NBA right now. Spurs right in between our Thunder and Pistons matchup. Thunder 1 win away from getting to that 60 spot. But the Pistons have been locking down that #1 seed in the East for quite some time. Ahmed Fareed, John Crotty, and Evan Turner happy with us here at the half. The Pistons without some guys. Let me read it. They've been out without Cade, without Isaiah Stewart for a while. No Duren, no Harris, no Duncan Robinson in this one. Load management. Can the Pistons, though, shock the world tonight on Peacock and win in OKC without him?
Look, I think they can. They've won 9 of the last 11. They're an outstanding defensive team. Both these teams 1 and 2 in defense. So that's the system that they play. Yeah. They'll be physical. They'll force turnovers and get out on the break. They're going to use some of the young guys, Dennis Jenkins and one of the Thompson twins. Thompson is going to get out there and run the wing and score off those turnovers. So yes, I think they have an opportunity.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like we said earlier, whenever you play defense and set the tone, you're always going to give yourself a chance. But when you go to OKC, the crowd sets the tone, and I think they also play defense. And then you're looking at SGA. I'm one of those guys where, you know, the best player usually decides the game, and SGA has been doing it all year. And, you know, when you go into OKC on the road and everything, I think he has a great concept of just defending home court and setting a tone.
I love what you said about SGA. I saw him play New York yesterday, struggling throughout the game, but turned it on in the fourth, had 10 points in the fourth quarter to really seal the game for them. And a really hard-fought game against the Knicks. The guy just gets it done. A little bit counter to a lot of the ways everybody else is scoring too, right? He doesn't take a ton of threes. Outstanding in the mid-range game. Uses his size at 6'5" to kind of lean on guys and create space and be able to change angles to make shots.
He takes his time and he plays with poise, and he knows his game. He knows himself, and he knows, like you said earlier, like, I got the answers to the test. I just need to know what the question is. And he plays in that type of tempo, that type of pace, and, you know, the game is going how he wants to right now.
Still maybe a little chip on their shoulder because the record says they're the best team in the NBA, but the Spurs have beaten them 4 or 5 times. Who do you have #1?
Look, if you're talking Spurs, they're 24-2 since February 1st, and that's in my head, and seeing how well Wemby and the others are playing. But right now, OKC is battle-tested. They've been through the fire last year winning that championship, so I feel like they're #1.
Yeah, for sure. To beat a champ, you got to beat the champ. And, you know, playoff time is a little bit different than regular season, but hey, man, I don't want the Spurs to hear me too much either. You know what I'm saying? Those are some bad boys as well, and you shouldn't have to make them show and prove because they've been proven.
Yeah, and look, Detroit, as good as they are, you know, this OKC team is gonna push them in a lot of different ways tonight.
Yeah, we will see it. 9:30 Eastern tip-off right here on Peacock. SGA trying to go back-to-back with the MVP taking on the Pistons. They got the twins. They got Asar Thompson. They got Dennis Jenkins. And they got the other guys watching there, rooting them on.
At the half is brought to you by the powerful backing of American Express.